Hi, welcome everyone to our channel. Today we are going to run through a quick intro and demo into the end user automation via Microsoft Teams. We'll have a quick sneak peek about the summary of the automation in Teams, and we are just going to have a look at one of the topic, which is the Power Virtual Agents that can be utilized from Microsoft Teams. This is going to be a live demo with one example. So we'll run through one example as an end user where we will automate on one recurring task via Microsoft Teams that can effectively help in increasing the productivity of the user. So what we're going to do today is to take you through a vision that Microsoft has developed the end user automation in Teams, which can help in automating the recurring tasks for business processes and approvals. We'll take a deep dive into one specific case scenario and proceed further, which is going to be the Power Virtual Agents. So all this we are focusing is going to be for a complete novice end user and not for a technical person. Yeah. As we know, 80% of the companies prefer to automate the daily operations as well as the recurring tasks that's coming into the business operations and processes. This is mainly to increase the productivity. And also, according to the Gartner report, what we see is that most of the enterprise organizations are expecting more conversational platforms to ease the operational workload. Well, coming to talk about the automation part, we can talk a lot about the end user automations, where the Office 365 platform or the Microsoft Teams. So, for example, when we talk about Microsoft Teams, it's just not one application. The Microsoft Teams is a suite of Office 365 apps that is wrapped into one client, which is Microsoft Teams. So, as an end user, like when the Microsoft Teams is given with Office 365 license, he has the capability to automate a lot of recurring tasks that is coming into operational burden in terms of business and also his productivity. Okay, for example, when we talk about one app which is called Approval, Approval is a Microsoft app which comes as a free um, app within the Microsoft Teams. So with approvals, people can create a SharePoint list, and then we could also create an automatic workflow for approvals. For example, a change where it requires approval from your manager, you can create a approval through the approval app in Microsoft Teams and get it approved through your manager. And the best part is this helps the manager as well as the end user for easy tracking of the complete approvals that he or she has done on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly, or also yearly. So this is one of the best feature that we can benefit out of the Microsoft apps, which is available for free. Having talked enough about the introduction, let's look into the demo. I'm going to take you to the demo. So what we are going to look into is the Power Virtual Agents today. So as end user, when you go into Microsoft Teams, so it just looks like this. So what you need to do is basically go into apps, and in the apps, look for Power Virtual Agents. All right. So I'm into the apps. In the apps, I'm looking for Power Virtual Agents. So here it is. So here you just need to click on create. You need to click on install. In my case, it's already installed. So I'm going to open it. So there are a few things which we need to talk about it. The main important thing is the Power Virtual Agents must be allowed from the tenant level for the users. So basically, these are the developer tools that comes accessible by default, and it's available for all the end users. But in most of the cases, let's take a large enterprise organization where they have a strict regulatory compliance purposes. It's disabled in the tenant level because it's a good idea. We do not want the end users to explore all these features functionality and end up in a scenario where they come up with more new requirements and not suiting the compliance requirements. So the main important thing is, like, if you're trying to do this for your production tenant, just make sure that it's enabled at the tenant level uh, for the end users. In our case, it's a demo, and also it's a demo tenant, so we have it open. So we're going to do that. So in my case, I have it already installed. So I'm just going to click on open. So the moment when you click on open, it brings you a small introduction video and also few templates at the bottom, like where it gives you an option to quick start your HR bot, uh, watch a 1 minute video about bots, and also there is a TechNet community where people can help you with the questions. So when you click on quick start your HR bot, it brings you to a docs page, Microsoft Docs page, where it gives you information of how to spin up HR bot. In our case, we are just going to start this bot by creating it a new one. So I'm just going to click on start now. The moment when you click on start now, you will be prompted with few options for the security part, which we will see it in few seconds. Yeah, demo can always be delayed or it can go wrong. Hopefully in our case it's only delayed. All right. So the moment when you click on create a chatbot, over the right, you have a security padlock. The moment when you click on the security padlock, you have the opportunity to allow the Power Virtual Agent to access basically your hardware devices, which is a camera, microphone, location, and a MIDI device, musical input device. In our case, demo, we're not going to forecast or demo anything from here. So I'm just leaving it as a default and closing this page. So here, the important thing is we need to choose a team for this chatbot. In our case, I'm just clicking on change advisory board. So what is this team? The team what you're choosing is going to be the first uh, set of people who is responsible for developing this bot, so that it's not available for anyone in your organization when it is in a draft state. So that's a good idea to keep this bot available only for a few set of people. So I've clicked on change advisory board and clicking on continue. The moment when you do this, it is preparing the Power Virtual agents in the backend. So we need to wait for a few minutes for it to complete. All right. So now you need to name your bot. In our example, I'm just putting change advisory virtual assistant. This is just an example. You can keep it whatever name. I think it has some character limitation, so it's not allowing me to complete assistant. So I'm just putting it as change advisory assistant in all case. And the next thing is you have an opportunity to choose the language the bot will speak. In our case, I'm just choosing English. You have an opportunity to select the other languages as well. So the moment when you click on create, it is building the bot in the backend. So the good benefit of the Power Virtual Agent is we really no need to have the coding knowledge to create the bots. It does all the required elements in the backend on its own. So we should wait for a few seconds. It's loading. Yeah. So the moment when your bot is created, you're presented with the home screen where you see the option on the right. It's still refreshing. We need to wait for a few more seconds. Still loading. Yeah, here we go. So by default, we get the option on the left side. You have author to automate the topics. By default, there are few topics which is fed. We have the option to modify them, and in the middle we have edit and test your bot, and then on the right side you have make your bot available to others by publishing them. So here we are going to test the bot. The moment when you click on test the bot, on the right side you see these are the trigger topics that is fed by default, and the trigger phrases that you get when the required trigger topics are uh, coming from the end user. For example, I'm just typing hi. Let's see what is the response we're getting. So the moment when you click on hi, you see this is the default answer we get. Hi, I'm a virtual agent. I can help with account questions, orders, store information, and more. So for this demo, I'm just clicking on the first message. So these are the trigger phrases, and for the trigger phrases, this is the message you get. So here you have an opportunity to go and edit. So here I'm just typing in our case, hi, I am a virtual, oops, what's happening? It's loading. Let's wait for a few more seconds. No, I do not want to create a new bot. So change advisory assistant, here it is. So I'm just going to the change advisory assistant, test your bot. Again, I'm just typing in hi for the trigger phrase. This is the response I get. I'm clicking on this response. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just simply changing. Hi, I'm a virtual change assistant. I can help with change related questions and approval information. All right. So you click on save. The moment when you click on save, your topic is updated. So here I'm going to type in hi. The moment when I type in hi, so I get the message. Hi, I'm virtual change assistant. I can help you change with your questions, upload information. If you like to speak with an agent, let me know anytime. That is the next option, which is given through the adaptive cards. So here I can give this agent. So when you type in agent, so here it's giving you the next response that is built through this flow. So I'm just clicking on here. So the moment I click on here, you can link a team. So for example, here I have a team called, let's go to the change advisory board, the team which we choose. For example, still it's loading. We need to give it some time. So I can go to the change advisory board, and in the general, I right click and I choose get link to the channel. I copy the channel, going back to our Power Virtual Agents, double clicking on the text image, click on the following link, and then there's an option to add a hyperlink, and then just save it and save the topic. So the moment when I type in agent, see, to connect with the person now, click on the agent. So you get the hyperlink. So it opens a new window and it redirects to the appropriate channel that there can be an agent who can assist them virtually through the Microsoft Teams. So this is what a basic example how you can bring up a bot without no coding knowledge. So when we go back to the chatbot, the one which we created, change advisory board, there are a few more things which we need to look at it. I'm going to show it in a few minutes. So you see there is an option to click on the change advisory board. You go to topics, and the moment when you go to the topics, you have an option to add a new topic, and in the new topic you have an option to add the face, or there is also an option for you to add a topic from uh, from a SharePoint. So for example, get topic suggestions from your web content and online files. Example, PDF, docs, or CSV. Start with 3 to 5 links containing your content. So the best example is like you can just a matter of training the interested person in that particular team, and then you give this access to the PowerShell agent, so they can have a SharePoint online library where they can keep on updating the topics based on the question that's coming from the end users, and later the PowerShell agents, the bots, can be improved further. This is one part. And when coming to talk about publishing the bot, you can just simply come here and then publish the bot. And at the moment, it's available only in Teams, to this particular team where we have added. And also, you can have the option to make the bot available to others. And in the manage part, you have the details. And in the details, you have the opportunity to change the name of the bot and also add a new icon, which suits your bot. And apart from that, there are a few other options, like for example, channels. The channel is the bot is available only to the Microsoft Teams at this moment. If you want to make a custom website, or if you want to make it available to others, that is also possible. And this is the agent transfer. The agent transfer is like you can connect to a customer engagement app to enable your bot to hand off the session to another third-party application, which is beyond the scope of this video. And in the security part, you have the opportunity to set up additional security measures, like invite people to collaborate on your bot, and also you have the verify user identity during the chat. That's also possible. And there is an option to let others bots call you bots as a skill. So which we're not. This is not required for an end user. This is required. Like maybe for a techies who is doing more into deep dive into this the particular app and getting more out of it. And yes, and you have the AI capabilities. The AI capabilities is something like the bot is built with some enhancements, like it can detect user topic and come up with suggestion to improve the bot conversation, and then also it has the automatic triggering improvements. So these are the basic things which you can enable, which do not need any much technical knowledge for the end users. Yeah. So having talked about this, yes, this is all about the summary of my video about the Power Virtual Agents, which the end users can utilize in Microsoft Teams to build their bot that can help in reducing their recurring tasks and increasing the productivity. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos on the same. Thank you.